So what we have here is just a standard Dell computer, usually mostly in commercial applications. I received this from a bank when they were upgrading. They pulled the hard drive and gave me the tower, and I've used it for general things from here to then. It's an Optiplex, sorry, can't zoom in on that. Optiplex 7080. 7020. My eyes work really well. Well, I've modified it for cold weather use. Inside, you'll still see the standard processor, heatsink, and fan. What you see dangling down here is a cheap solid state drive that I had laying around. And the reason why I went with a solid state drive is I originally tried a typical hard drive, and they stopped working at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 Celsius. And so my first go around at the sub-zero temperatures, I was unsuccessful at keeping this going. Right now, I checked the app on my phone before I started recording. It's 7 degrees out. So we still got the standard DVD drive in it. It comes with 8 gigs of RAM. There is no mounting bracket to convert from the bigger 3.5s to the 2.5s for so the solid state just gotta kind of float in there. Other than that, if I can figure out how to put the case back together. Okay. Feeling pretty bright right now. Can't even put a case together. The hell? I'm gonna edit this out. Okay. So case goes back on. Locks into place. I have pictures of the actual specs inside. Right now it's running off of Wi-Fi. I'm gonna plug this bad boy into my garage, which, by the way, we're in my garage. In my garage, power cord's fully inserted, automatically turns on. My garage is not heated. There's absolutely zero heat in this garage except for what this little thing's putting out right now. So before I brought it outside, I had shut it down with hibernation so that when it boots back up, it is going to be booting up with a temperature hardware monitoring program and another program I use to stress test. People kind of get a kick out of it when I tell them what I use. I'll show you a little bit later. So here you have it. Optiplex 7020. Pretty much stock, except with a solid state drive. I didn't explain, solid state drives are rated to run up to like negative 150 degrees Fahrenheit from what I read online. And this solid state drive works just great in the cold temperatures. So solid state drive of a regular computer, 7 degrees Fahrenheit is the starting. So, this is Friday night. Monday and Tuesday is supposed to be 10 below zero. We'll see how good she goes. So last night I forgot to mention, I'm running that computer out in the garage headless. I access it through Chrome Remote Desktop. I named the computer Hoth. How fitting. So as we look over the stats, you see those dips right there? That is when I took it out to the garage. And then those massive spikes up there is when I implemented my stress test. And my stress test simply is, I can get the mouse over there. Crypto mining. I'm using Cryptex. I'm not looking for the most complex mining program. I'm not looking to make much money. I mean, look at $1.38 a day on Hoth. Just running random X on just the core processor. I chose this because you can see what it, let me find the loads, there we go. The load, look at that, that processor is running at 100%. I checked the temperature before I started this video and it is 8 degrees above Fahrenheit, but the computer's running at 138 on the core. One thing I don't trust is this temperature sensor on that SSD drive. It always says 104, never fluctuates, so there's got to be something wrong with the temperature sensor. Running about 43 watts. It's about normal. So here is the details, and this is at 12:39 in the afternoon. I just checked with the weather app. It says it is 16 degrees above zero Fahrenheit. As we've seen on the screen, it is still fully running. Fan's making a little bit of a noise. But she's still running. Everything else is like power supply and all that stuff's factory stock. The only modification is the solid state drive. So here we go. Proof. We're still at 5:46 p.m. on December the 10th, I believe. Right now, temperature is 18 degrees. Feels like 9 inside my garage. This machine is still, we'll put this right here. This machine is still turning away, making no noises. So right now it's in the process of downloading that one crypto program and adding the other one. So we'll see how it goes. Here we go again. I've lost track. Says it's 21 degrees. Feels like 20, huh? Light snow. So we've got the Dale Optiplex 720 out here again. Put the solid state drive back in it. It's running a crypto mining program, hopefully enough to keep it warm. Fired it up today, Sunday, December 11th, about 2 o'clock. It's about 6 o'clock on Sunday evening, December the 11th, and we're going over some of the stats. You can see that the CPU clock speed's been pretty consistent because I'm demanding a lot out of it, given all I ask. The core temperature really is 104 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not too bad. You can see in the middle of the load of the cryptocurrency that's putting on that processor. And I think it's time we revealed our mystery gift guest. I'm using Better Hash. Look at this. There's got to be a bug in this program today. It's saying that little computer's mining $33.06. And at the end of the, if I didn't touch it, a monthly total income of $1,000 off of XMR, off of just one tiny insignificant processor. But I don't really care about the money. I ain't gonna make jack. It's all about getting the processor hot. Outside once more. 18 degrees, almost 6:30 on December 11th. Feels like 1 degree. Forecast says it's gonna be about 18 to 12 degrees overnight. However, it's gonna get pretty chilly tomorrow night. It's gonna get -6. So that's the test. Well, -3, and then Tuesday night -6. That's the test. Can this thing survive -6 degrees? It seems to be running fine. No noises. Everything seems to be in order. It's been running out here for a while. So this is the last check-in for the night. We'll see how she is in the morning. All right, let's take a look at echo bays. Sales says those an insane amount of mining rates, $34 a day. Yeah, I woke up this morning, I didn't have $34 in my Bitcoin, but we're not doing this for the Bitcoin. We're doing it for the stats. And so we're looking at the minimums, and nothing is running minimum temperature. They're all running, if you look at the values now versus the miniatures, they're all running good. So let's go outside and take a look at her. And here we go. 7 degrees out, feels at -5. It's just gonna get colder and colder today. We looked at the weekly. Overnight low tonight's -9, and it's still gonna remain cold. But there's a little bit of a noise in here. But all sounds good. As the temperature drops, it is now 8 degrees. Feels like -2. Really feels like -17, sorry, a low of -2. As you can see tonight, it's just gonna get colder and colder. And the weekly shows cold overnight. This is the true test tonight, -9 below overnight. It makes a little bit of a noise. It sounds like a hard drive working hard, but it's crawling in there. Something's cold. I guess we'll find out. December 11th. It's a Sunday, if I'm on the right day. Who knows? I tend to live in the past. Anyways, it's 4:36 in the afternoon. It's 7 degrees, but it really does feel colder than that. It feels like it's -9. As you can see, we're gonna go colder yet. And then as we keep looking into the future, it's now looking to be an overnight low of -11 with a very cold overnight low coming up. So I will show you on one of my videos I discovered that opening and closing this case has actually been a bad thing. So I'm not going to open it this video, but I'm just checking in to assure you it is still running. And it still sounds like a hard drive trying to load, but it's probably the power supply. I might have to figure out how to get that hotter next. So I wanted to show my other obsessions. Star Wars addict, and Echo Base is what we're dealing with. The computer that is outside in the garage. Alright, get rid of that. So, first off, these spikes were every time I opened up that side door on the computer, and that corresponded with these spikes. Check this out. This is a legal version of Windows. I've got the serial number and everything, and it won't activate for some reason. I'm not sure if the cold set something wrong, but all it's going to do is just leave a nasty watermark. I can give crap less. So, we're looking at our temps. The minimum temps are still in the 90s, but we're operating in 130s, 120s, 140s, so we're definitely okay in the temperature on the processor. Core 4 and the total core is off balance because of Core 4. Core 4 is really sluggish for some reason. Probably not getting a lot of heat off of it, even though the clock speed says it's going fast. Maybe it's the cold. Who knows? The first fatality. So we're going to do the check-in inside first. If I haven't noted it on my videos, I will. Today is December 12th, not the 11th. It is 8:25 p.m. We'll take a look at our temperatures. Still not even close to the minimum temperature that has received. It's at 130 degrees about average on the overall CPU temperature. Still getting that wacky figure from the CPU Core 4. Other than that, everything looks good. the graph is interesting. It was going down in overall temperature. This is the temperature graph. Open the case, and then I haven't opened the case, and it seems to have stabilized actually. So once again, here we go. It currently is 8:32 p.m. on December 12th. We're on the right day now. It's the 12th. 9 degrees. It's getting warmer. Supposedly feels like 3. Now here's what's interesting is that cold snap we were supposed to get isn't really going to happen. And I don't understand it because they're still calling for negative 11 degrees by tomorrow morning. But this thing's saying by tomorrow afternoon, negative 1 is going to be the lowest we get. So I don't know. If I do the video editing right, I will be showing the temperature gauges on this. And one thing I didn't factor in is it seems that the temperature in this thing is stabilized. Not really loud sounding. Monday morning, if my math is correct, it's the 13th. And evidently I've been reading the reading wrong. It says the high today is 15, the low is 11. Today it's right now it's 14, feels like 9. The hourly shows the drop. So here we come, guys. Here comes the cold. I would like to say though, thus and far, I mean, we've had this thing down 7 or 8 degrees. And it still makes a little bit of a noise, the fan's moving. I'm sure whatever lubrication that's on those fans probably doesn't like the cold, but 14 degrees now. It's been running like a champ for days. I guess we'll wait till tomorrow to see if it continues under the 14 degree mark, or the negative 11 mark, sorry. Yeah. And if it survives, I got a new test to do with it. All right, here we go. Temperature is time 4:48 p.m. on December 13th. Right now we're at 12 degrees. She seems to be running fine. But tonight, right now, it says 12. It says it should be 10, but the cold starts at 8 and it drops down to 0. And then it gets really cold. And then it comes back up by tomorrow at 11, supposed to be his thing. So the true test we're hoping for is overnight, the sub-zeros. Let's see if it kills it or not. Because, well, I got ideas for the next run. As I mentioned, at 5 o'clock, it is 7:25 p.m. At 5 o'clock, I reset the stats. And so you can see each one of these colors is a different core. All I'm measuring anymore is the core temperatures. That's it. I don't need the loads or all that. So over the last 2.5 hours, the temperatures have been slowly decreasing. The moment I've been waiting for, it is now 0 degrees outside. So that's where we're headed next. We're going to see if the machine is working at 0 degrees, and if so, the experiment is a success. Tuesday. Why can I do it without? Tuesday, December 13th, 7:30 p.m. We are sitting at 0 degrees Fahrenheit. That is freezing in Fahrenheit. That's way below 0 degrees Celsius, which supposedly that's the coldest these computers can go. And I am sitting here with a computer that is running at 0 degrees Fahrenheit, with the only real modification is a solid state drive. So, with the data that I've shown on the display in the computer, we're going to open this up. Ooh. Still got some nice warm air in there. Something's not liking this cold though, and I'm at this point gonna shut her down. I don't want to accidentally cause more damage now. This thing's got a lot of fun ahead of it. And I'd like to know what's up with that core 4. Come on. Go down. There it goes. So, success.